Going into state competition is always difficult. You always have to prepare. On the varsity level, you have to qualify. So the top 8 teams in our division from 1,000 population to 2,000 population. So we are in Class B, if you want to call it that. The top 8 teams performing get to move on to the state finals. So after the first round, we were in first place by quite a bit. And I thought, oh my gosh, it was a fluke, because we hadn't had a good week of practice, a lot of injuries, a lot of people made mistakes. I said, well, I don't know if we'll be there next week. And then after the finals and after they left that floor, I thought they did it. After actually their first stunt sequence, I thought they did it. They won state. I was that confident in their performance that day. It was awesome.
So how long? Because I was telling her, I'm like, because I saw the different, the back, well, I think they call them back tucks, even down to some of the things they were doing with the, I think well, when I was in school, they called them Utah jumps or what have you.
Yeah.
But everything was so precise. How long does it take for a group of girls, several girls, to get everything that precise? How long of practice?
It's not just like this year. It's a building process. When they come in as freshmen, we start with them in drilling. So every girl is doing things the same way. So hopefully whatever team that they are on, they are doing the things the same way. So the precision comes just from practice and drill, from the time they walk in as freshmen to the time they leave us as seniors. And it's been a great 4 years with these girls. Been close, been far, but they were flawless. We have found out that you just can't make mistakes and win. And this is what they did this year. They didn't make mistakes and they won.
And this was the varsity's ninth? And then now for freshmen, this was their 10th state championship.
Yes.
Did they perform the same day?
They performed 2 weeks earlier because of the format of the competition. The junior varsity, junior high, and freshman divisions are all performed 2 weeks ahead of time just because of the number of teams competing. Our region actually up in here in North was very successful. Woodland Middle School won the junior high division. We won the freshman division. And then, so we also won the varsity division too. So I felt like we represented cheerleading in Indiana pretty well in Fort Wayne.
I was going to say, what were your feelings a couple weeks ago when the freshmen took home that
prize?
Oh,
it was great. It was great. I knew that they would do very well. They are a great group of kids, and I thought, okay, we're off to a good start, because we've had years where all 3 teams have won freshman, JV, and varsity. That's happened twice. I didn't know if that would happen again after we got one. I was so just thankful we got one. I thought varsity might have a chance, depending on their performance, but then we had so many injuries, and I thought, whoa, kind of got bit by the injury bug this year, but they pulled it out and came through.
So a couple more really quick questions. What would you say, because, there are people, it's a sport. The athleticism, everything, even from 20 years ago, it's just,
yes.
it's a sport. What would you say to people that still aren't convinced that cheerleading is a sport? What would you say to convince them that this is a real sport? People get hurt. There's a lot of athleticism involved.
They at the state finals, the 2 teams before us, the girl was knocked unconscious. So we had to watch that and perform after that, knowing that injury happened. She was unconscious and bloody, and they took her out on the spine board. We have injuries just like everyone else, but we have no padding, no protection, no mouth guards, no shoulder pads, no helmets. It is a sport, it's athletic, and I challenge anyone who doesn't think that to come to one of my practices and try to get through one. And work with girls as a team. We can't miss one girl, otherwise we have to redo the entire routine, so it's tough.
And to you, what is the toughest but also the best part about the sport that you coach?
The girls. The girls are absolutely by far the best. They keep me young. They give me gray hair, but they're lovely young women, and I just hope to give them something to hold on to as a memory for a lifetime, and they have just been amazing for me this year.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about the competition that you guys won?
Oh, state's always a tough competition. We have a lot of very good teams in Indiana.
So how many teams do you compete against?
There were 8 teams in the finals this last weekend, but you had to have 60% of the top score to move on. So there were 8 teams in varsity B division. So there's a lot of teams out there that are excellent. Throughout the country, people know Indiana cheerleading to be very, very tough and skilled. Even our choreographer who comes from California said, boy, Indiana's tough. And I said, I know. He watches our videos and he's like, that's a lot tougher than a lot of places. I said, I know.